Hi everyone, Miri here from the Self-Love Village. So this is our very first Self-Love Villager video perk. And so this month in December we're talking all about tomorrow's me. As you'll see, I'm going to do a short video now about who tomorrow's me is and why she's often forgotten. And then there will be 4 more videos for the supporters that will sort of delve deeper into the whole concept of tomorrow's me. And there'll also be a little activity for you at the end of this video if you choose to do it, and that will help you just explore what this means for you and how it could affect your actual daily life. There'll also be journal prompts that will be released today, which is all going to be about kindness to yourself in December. We all know December is a crazy month, especially for mamas. So we're going to put kindness at the forefront of December for you this month. Okay, so tomorrow's me. I often have a catchphrase, would you say, or a phrase that I say to myself throughout the day when I'm remembering to be mindful. And I say, is this kind to tomorrow's Miri? Is this kind to tomorrow's Miri? And it's like a really simple question to ask yourself, but it does open up a lot of emotion. And I'm going to explain why in a little bit. So, tomorrow's me is all of me, as in it's my body, it's my mind, it's my mental health, it's my physical health, it's my joy, and it's my sadness. It's everything about me tomorrow. And everything that you do today is going to affect tomorrow. And although when you're talking about mindfulness, and that's going to be in one of the later videos, but when you're talking about mindfulness, you want to keep yourself in the moment, because you don't want to be worrying about tomorrow when tomorrow hasn't happened. But there's also a concept where the tiny things and the tiny decisions that you make today are actually going to affect how you feel tomorrow. They're going to affect how your health is tomorrow. They're going to affect how easy tomorrow is going to be for you. Often we procrastinate on things today and we just think we'll just leave it till tomorrow. And then that affects negatively on us the next day, because we could have been kinder to ourselves by doing it yesterday. So it's like a little mindful question to ask yourself, but it's not putting the anxiety of tomorrow on you today. Rather, it's about being kinder to yourself in the moment, doing as much as you can without feeling guilt, but then also remembering that what you do today is going to affect you tomorrow. I guess the easiest way to describe it, so that's who she is. So she's you. She's the whole of you tomorrow. She's your body, your mind, your spirit, everything tomorrow. And she often gets forgotten. Now, when we're talking about kindness, or we're talking about self-love and self-care, we're often trying to bring ourselves back into the moment. So often we're full of guilt and shame about the past, or we're worried or anxious about the future, and we're living as in this hamster wheel, because we feel like time's running out, or at the moment all I'm seeing on Facebook and Instagram are, oh, this was me 10 years ago, this is me now, this is what's changed, oh my god, we're coming up to the end of a decade, and it's like for me, that is pure stress. I'm like, oh, I cannot think about that right now. That raises my anxiety levels. It reminds me of how quickly time is passing. It puts loads of mama guilt on me about the kids, loads. And it fills me I don't know, it makes me scared. Change is always scary. Change is always scary to the body, even when it's not scary to your higher self. So that big, everybody making such a big deal about it actually feeds my fear. It feeds lots of fears and insecurities inside of me. And it's kind of impossible to like get out of that. Because you have got a past, you have got a future, and time is going to move on no matter what. But we're always, with self-love, we're always trying to bring yourself back to the present. So back to this moment. And I often will use the phrase, this moment's truth. Like, what do you know to be completely true in this moment? So talking about tomorrow's me is kind of like, is that a contradiction? Well, actually it's not, because you can be kind to yourself in this moment, and it will affect how you live or how you'll feel tomorrow. And that's okay. Like, that's okay. So there's going to be times when at this moment you don't feel well enough to push yourself to do something. And that's going to affect what you have to do tomorrow, or how you're going to have, like, how you're going to have your day go tomorrow. And that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Sometimes we're going to have to put ourselves today first and then think about tomorrow. Now, when you're living without any self-love, tomorrow's me gets forgotten completely. And I'll tell you why. When I was living with zero self-love and zero self-confidence, and it wasn't like I didn't have any self-love, it was like I had self-hate. So I was living a life with a lot of hatred and disgust for myself. So not only did I not consider tomorrow's Miri, like I wouldn't even think about it on a day-to-day thing, I would hate tomorrow's Miri. So I didn't give a crap what happened to her. Didn't give a crap. I mean, I didn't give a crap about what happened to me in that moment. I didn't give a crap about what happened to me in that day. I was so full of shame and guilt and depression and just like everything, that I wouldn't ever think to myself, I wouldn't even be thinking about in the next 2 hours how I'd be feeling, because I didn't care about myself enough to think about that. So I would eat, an entire family-sized bar of chocolate, because in that moment that would snuff out my feelings. But I wouldn't think about in 2 hours when I'd start to feel sick and, or I'd have an inflamed belly and I would still have the emotions that I was trying to hide from. I wouldn't think about that because I didn't like that person. I didn't care about that person. So when I was living, with all of that self-hate, tomorrow's Miri was an afterthought. Tomorrow's Miri was forgotten. Tomorrow's Miri didn't matter. It didn't matter about me tomorrow. If I didn't care enough about myself today and right now, then why would I care what happened to me tomorrow? I wouldn't care. So it didn't make sense to think to myself, right, I'll do this because it will help me. It will help me now and it will help me tomorrow. Because I didn't give a crap about what happened tomorrow. I didn't care how she felt. I didn't care how ill she felt. I didn't care about her mental health. I didn't care about anything about her because I didn't care about her. I didn't care about me. And then that makes it so that you're not only not living in the moment, because you're not living in the moment, because you're living in the past, you're living in the guilt and the shame of the past, you're living in the anxiety and the depression and the fear of the future, but you're not living in the moment either, because you don't like yourself in that moment, and you don't care about tomorrow's me, because you don't like her either. And it's a really sad place to be in. It's a really fearful place. It's a really depressing place. It's a really horrible place to be in. And when you first come across self-love, and maybe, you know, you've heard other things that I've spoken about before, and you're slowly chipping away at your old beliefs, and you're slowly allowing yourself to make that commitment to love yourself every single day. It's a commitment every single day that you have to make to love yourself. Or maybe you've just stumbled across me for the very first time, and you're just like self-love is so far away that you feel like it's completely unattainable. Whatever stage you're at, or maybe you've found self-love, and it's a job to maintain it and to build on the relationship with yourself, and to explore like who you are now. Whatever stage you're at, thinking about tomorrow's me is going to help you. It's going to help you because it gets you out of this mindset of not caring. It gets you out of the mindset that you're not worthy to think about what happens for you tomorrow. You're allowed to do little things today so that tomorrow you feel better, you have a better day, you have an easier day. Like you're worth that. You're worth that time today to invest into your tomorrow. And that's what we're talking about, really. We're talking about, yes, kindness in the moment. Yes, mindfulness. Yes, bringing yourself back to this moment. But also to allow yourself the time and the energy today to do little things that is going to help you tomorrow. Because you care about tomorrow's me. You care what happens to her. You care how she feels. You care about her. So you're allowed today to add in little tiny things that's going to help her. And we're going to talk about some of those things in the next few videos. Right now, for the self-love villages, there's one thing that you can do that is going to help you this month. And there's two things actually. One thing is going to be to complete your journal prompts. To complete your journal prompts and to put into the group what you feel you can trust us with. And if you're a new member in the group, you know, it's going to take time for you to build up that trust, and that is absolutely fine. We are completely there for you as you build up your trust, and you can open yourself up to us. We all know vulnerability is the biggest strength out there, and it takes time, and that's okay. The other thing is to just put a reminder on your phone. This is the other thing that I want you to do. A reminder on your phone just to ping off at certain time, just once a day. And I just want it to say, am I being kind to tomorrow's me? And that reminder will hopefully make you think about what you're doing, because we all know that when you're, you know, in the crazy day-to-day life, when you've got loads of things going on and you don't have time to even think about anything, you know, even like, you know, grab some real food, you know, stuff like that. Little things like, how's my mental health? Am I being kind to tomorrow's me by ignoring this? Am I being kind to tomorrow's me by numbing down my feelings right now? Am I scrolling through Facebook for an hour to numb down some feelings? And is that kind to tomorrow's me? Like, if you take, like, I absolutely love tapping, and I'll go on YouTube, and there's like 4, 5, 6 minute videos on there where you can tap out a feeling, an emotion, and it really helps. And on the days when I'm feeling really low, and I think to myself, that would help me right now, and then I don't do it because I'm like, I don't know, I just don't care. I don't do it on the days, you know, when I really need it, because I'm not caring about myself enough to invest that time and that energy so that tomorrow's me feels better. So that little reminder on your phone, you know, something that you do that makes you feel better, that makes your mental health feel better. Going for a walk, going to the beach, going into the woods, going, you know, seeing some trees, hugging a tree. Whatever makes you feel that little bit better, you have a ping on your phone. I could do that now, and I'd feel a little bit better tomorrow, and I care enough about tomorrow's me to do it. So that's 2 little things. So a reminder on your phone and the journal prompts that are going to be uploaded later on today. That'll all be sent to you in an email too. And I can't wait to see where this community takes us. And I look forward to speaking to you all in the group. Okay, am I being kind to tomorrow's me? Remember her. She is not allowed to be forgotten and she needs to be cared about. Bye everyone.